Oh my gosh. Good afternoon, Madam Mayor. If I can make a brief announcement.
Absolutely.
Under Brown Act 707, we're supposed to have live stream. We are not able to do that. We have a technological issue, not of staff's creating. It's of a third-party vendor. Apparently, 385 California enclaves all ordered two-way equipment at the same time. They weren't able to deliver the equipment on time, so we don't have a live stream. Under our policy, we have to wait for an hour before continuing the meeting, but we can go into closed session. So we're doing a one-way broadcast of this. I'm announcing that IT is going to do everything they can to get the meeting running within an hour. They're not going to be able to do anything because we don't physically have the equipment. If council's okay with it, we'll take care of our closed session after an hour, which will be 7:30. We'll come back and announce that IT was not able to get the matter fixed, and then council will have a choice. You can adjourn the meeting, or if you decide that the public interest in continuing the meeting outweighs the public interest in adjourning, you can make a finding that good faith efforts were made, the public interest in continuing the meeting outweighs, and you can continue with your meeting without the two-way telephonic communication.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Councilmember Sullivan? Councilmember Newton? Councilmember Bash?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Bowen? Mayor Grunmeyer?
Here.
All present.
Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and adjourn to closed session. I am going to ask the city attorney to read the items into the minutes, please.
Going into closed session, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, one potential case.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. We are going to go ahead and adjourn to closed session at this time. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting back to order at this time and start with our city attorney for a different item than what's listed in the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At this point, it has been an hour. Good faith efforts were made to restore service. Those good faith efforts have been going on for probably weeks now in attempting to get equipment. So the council at this point can make a motion to continue the meeting if the council decides that the public interest in continuing the meeting outweighs the interest in remote access.
All right, thank you for the clarification. Is there a motion?
Motion to have the meeting.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded to go ahead and proceed with the meeting due to public interest in getting this done. We'll call for the vote.
I'm going to do a roll call for that vote. Councilmember Newton,
Yes.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Bash,
Present.
We're voting. We're voting.
Mayor Pro Tem Bowen, Mayor Grunmeyer.
Yes. All right, so that passes. So we are going to go ahead and proceed with our meeting. So with that, I'll have the city attorney report out from closed session, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Council voted 5-0 to allow the initiation of litigation on a code enforcement matter dealing with 2nd Street.
All right, thank you very much. So at this time, we're going to have the invocation by Dana, our city clerk, and then the Pledge of Allegiance immediately following with Councilmember Newton.
Everyone bow your
Everybody would
heads.
please rise.
Everyone bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for a beautiful evening. We bless our council, and we encourage them to make the best decisions for the city of Norco. Bless our residents, all of our staff. Amen.
All right, we have one presentation this morning. I'm going to go ahead and call on the Deputy City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. So tonight we have Captain Justin Rowan that is here, and he's going to be introducing our new Lieutenant, Lieutenant Aguilar. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I don't know what I've done to be so lucky to come back 2 meetings in a row, but here I am. So I had the privilege to say goodbye to Lieutenant Hall last week, and we do appreciate all the work she did here, but it's my honor tonight to introduce the new lieutenant, Lieutenant Aaron Avila. And I'm not going to steal his thunder. Oh, come on up. I don't want to steal his thunder and give you the whole bio and all the amazing things, but I can tell you that Lieutenant Avila has been a member of the Riverside County Sheriff's Office for over 23 years. He's worked numerous assignments throughout his career, including Norco. Many of you probably remember him from his time in Norco. He was a sergeant here. So really, before Jessica ever left or Lieutenant Hall ever left, we already kind of knew the natural plan would be to move Lieutenant Avila into this position if that ever happened. And so, you know, Jessica was able to move on to her dream assignment at the academy, and so we kind of knew that Lieutenant Avila would be the natural selection. And he was here. I mean, the timing just worked out perfectly that he was still here at Harupa Valley Station. He hadn't been selected for some other assignment somewhere, and so it's my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant Avila, and he can kind of answer any of your questions and give you the specifics on his career thus far. But I can tell you from my perspective as a sergeant at this station and a lieutenant at this station that I hold Norco near and dear to my heart, and so when I have the opportunity to put somebody here, I'm always thinking about your best interest. I know the personality and the city needs, and so there's no doubt in my mind that Lieutenant Avila is that person. So,
good evening. I must tell you, I'm honored to be back here in Norco. A little bit about my career. I started in 2003 after spending a few years at the jail. I came to Harupa Valley Station where I spent 11 years. I was promoted as sergeant back in 2017. Was transferred over to the Parish Station. Spent a few years at the Parish Station. From the Parish Station, I was invited back here to Harupa Norco Station as a sergeant. which was a dream job. I quickly found out it was true what everybody says about Norco. Once you're assigned here, you realize it is that best kept secret in the county as far as assignments go. I got promoted lieutenant back in 2024, was assigned to Lake Matthews Station, spent very little time there, came back to Rupa, and I was promoted to lieutenant. When I was promoted to lieutenant, I told myself maybe the stars will align and I'll find my way back to Norco Station. So I'm glad to be here. I'm going to strive for excellence. I got big shoes to fill, I know that. We got a good team here in Norco, and I'm going to continue to work with the city folks as well as provide that good service to the city folks here that live here in Norco. A little bit about my private life. I've been married coming up on 31 years. Got 3 adult children, 4 grandchildren. I think my grandchildren are the best grandchildren there is alive, and it's fun being a grandfather. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, I'm looking forward to working with all the stakeholders.
All right, thank you very much, Lieutenant, and welcome to Norco. Councilmember Newton.
I'm just going to have to get used to calling you lieutenant. I'm used to calling you sergeant. So I'm so glad you're back here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, welcome back. We're happy you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're always blessed with our city workers, our fire department, and I worked with you with the fair. I mean, we couldn't be pleaser to have you, and thank you.
Thank you.
And if you need anything, let us know. Thank you.
We're glad to have you here. I remember you, and I feel like we just get great chiefs, and so I really appreciate that you're the one that got chosen. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
I feel like you're a Norco boy.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
All right, at this time, we're going to go ahead and move on to item number 1, which is our council reports on regional boards. We're going to go ahead and start with Councilmember Bash.
I'm going to jump off. Last night, Robin and I attended with Jessica Hall and her husband. We attended the RSO Awards Gala, and Deputy Curlew was honored with the Medal of Honor, dying in duty, and I'd forgotten that was going to happen. But it's really inspiring to see what deputies do and what citizens do. I mean, they're so friggin' brave. I mean, I'd be like a little chicken. Life-saving stuff, and it's actually a very neat event to attend to. The food sucks, but it's still a very good event to attend. The Navy stakeholders meeting, I want to have when Lisette gets back, I want to have in my opinion, we were very friendly, but it was not a fun meeting. And I don't think they're being sincere with us at this time. One of the things about the lake, I talked to somebody who knows the lake very well. That's one of the great things about institutional memory. Basically what they've done is they don't want to fix anything over there. They're letting everything just fall apart outside the compound with the claim that they have no money because it's not mission-centric. So one of the problems they're having, for example, the lake, I was thinking, you know, we've been putting well water in that lake forever. Why does it smell so bad? Well, the reason it smells so bad is because they have the pump doesn't work that brings in the mirrored ponds. It's like a steady stream, like a pool filter. And that's what keeps the lake moving. And what you basically have is you now have a swamp. And there's going to be mosquitoes and all kinds of things, algae plumes, and it's like they just don't care. The pavilion is really falling apart, and they admitted there's no custodial. They're letting the grounds just turn into, you know, dirt and weeds. The historic buildings are just falling apart, and it's really a sad situation. In 2005, when we led the charge to save that base, it was Norco that got all those other cities to fight for that base. They would put phony things out on the lake to pretend like they were doing laser things. And then when 2014, when Disney was going to buy the place, they acted like they were going to do all this stuff. But right now, they're not doing anything outside the compound. So I personally think that one of the things we just need to call their bluff and say, hey, if you're not going to keep this stuff up, give us the lake, give us the land. And I think we need to talk to Congressman Calvert, and if they're not going to keep this stuff up, because if you start having mosquitoes and things like that, now maybe is the opportunity, because we have the issue going on with the prison. Why not just bind that land back together? Because this can't go on. And in terms of the whole historic thing, what they just refuse to bring somebody to address the issues. And per Section 106, the good faith component of Section 106, which is the Historic Preservation Act, they're required to have a person in that meeting that when we say, well, you know what, your report is this, this, and this, they're now telling us that the only answers we'll get will come from the Deputy Secretary of the Navy, who's also the Federal Preservation Officer, and they couldn't even say his name. His name is Mr. Hohanassian. And he's the guy that would not meet with us, wouldn't talk with us, and just, I'll say it flat out, falsified the documentation he gave to the keeper of the National Register. If he were a developer in the private sector, we would hang his ass out to dry. So, and I guess what really got to me is when we were told that everybody on their side of the table had integrity, and I was just like, "Arr." So I think we need to have a discussion about what the next moves are. Colin's working on a project right now. I think we also need to ask SHPO, say, you know what, SHPO, you need to help us here. This has just gotten ridiculous. So I was not happy with the meeting, and I stayed awake all night just going, being mad. I wish I had better news to report, but they've basically been jacking us around for 15 years now. That's a very, very historic site. And not to scare anybody, just so you all know, 5,000 to 10,000 people died on that site between 1942 and 1957. So it may be haunted. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Sullivan?
On June 25th, I attended the RTA board meeting, and it was business as usual, but I have just some updates here. So on July 4th, there will be no bus service in observation of 4th of July. And the RTA, since June 12th, has given over 3,475 bus rides for the World Cup. And there are 25-cent bus rides through August 31st of this year. And the Youth Ride Free program has been extended through June 30th of 2027. And that's all on all fixed route and go micro buses. And at the last meeting, I made an error. I just wanted to clarify that RTA, their bus service area is actually 2,500 square miles. It was incorrect last time. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Newton.
Thank you, Mayor. No regional board meetings this month or last month. And Monday met with the mayor and Amanda, and our Ingalls Park subcommittee meeting. And if the mayor wants to expound on that, that'd be great. And then after that, the Spirit of Norco, Kathy Azevedo's subcommittee meeting with Councilmember Bash and Amanda Hamilton. We did make our selections for this fall that are top secret right now, correct? Okay. So that's all I have to report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Bowen?
June 18th, went to the NHA meeting. It was great. They were talking about the 250 horses that we're going to have on 4th of July. If you guys got a horse, bring it out. And we need all the horses we can get. And also on July 8th, Bonnie's going to talk a little bit more about it too. July 11th, Norco's going to be well represented in Rancho. and my wife's team's going to be the color guard. And a lot of people from Norco are going there because you can get, was it cheaper seats? Yeah. They're not cheap seats. They're really nice seats. And if anybody on the city council wants to go, get a hold of me or Bonnie. And June 24th, we had the chambers. The new Chamber of Commerce Board was selected and sworn in, and it was great. And they're a very big asset for Norco because they fight for our businesses, and our business is what brings money into us. So they're a great partner to have. And then on June 25th, we had another special mosquito vector meeting, and that had to do with that had to do with the employees. We went ahead and passed their new pay raise, and that's all we talked about. And that's all I got.
All right, thank you very much. So I don't have any reports on regional boards or commissions. The Ingalls Subcommittee, we're looking at what next steps are going to be for Nellie Weaver Hall. So that will likely be coming forward at the next meeting. So everybody will be able to hear about that. Moving on to our next item of business, it's going to be public comments. Madam Clerk, do we have any comments this evening?
We do, from Bonnie Slager.
Good evening. So where's everybody going to be on July 4th at 10 a.m.? Good answer. And Mayor Grunmeyer, are you going to be there at 9:45 for the costume contest?
I am not. I will be in Florida for
So,
work.
so are you going to make Councilmember Newton do it?
Sure, he can be the judge.
Because he passed it off to Councilmember Sullivan last year. He kind of sloughed it off on her, so I think he probably deserves a chance to.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, well,
Don't let him pick everybody. Like, he only gets to pick 2 or 3 people. He likes to give awards to
three.
everybody.
I have
So.
three prizes. So.
Perfect.
All right, 9:45. Okay, and I know we have over 100 horses promised, and so we don't have that far to go to get to our 250. And it looks like we have a lot of enthusiasm about the event, and it's going to be a good time. So please plan to join us. If you can't ride, come and cheer us on. It'll be fun to see. The other thing, as Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Bowen mentioned, the Quakes, which is a farm team for the Angels, plays in Rancho Cucamonga, and Rudy Gata, one of our members, his retirement job is to be an usher there. And so he talked to the management there, and he got a block of seats it's an area where there's tables and chairs. It's a nice area, but he was able to get the seats for $15 each, plus you have to order them online, and there's another, I think, $2.30. But still, for $17.30, you get a seat in a nice area. And they're kind of making it Norco night, and the Norco Cowgirls are going to come in and present the flag and all of that. So the cheap seats, the cheap price on the seats is only available until July 4th. So if you go to the NHA website, you can see the information there. I'll have Rudy again put it up on Facebook, but you go to the Quake site and you can, through this, and you can order tickets. So hopefully some of you will be there. We did set aside 40 tickets, and the price is only until July 4th, so you'll need to go ahead and do it. So if you have questions, let me or Greg know, or Rudy. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we don't have any other cards, we'll go ahead and go on to our consent calendar. Does any member want to pull any items off consent?
Motion to approve?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve all items on the consent calendar. We'll go ahead and call for a vote.
I'll take an oral roll call. Councilmember Newton,
Yes.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Bash,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bowen,
Yes.
Mayor Grummeyer.
Yes. Okay, so motion passes. We're going to go ahead and go on to item 5, which is our, a resolution for fixing the employer contribution. And it looks like we have a presentation from our city attorney.
Thank you very much, Mayor and Council. This item addresses participant share charges that recently appeared for a small group of legacy retirees and surviving family members. Staff worked with CalPERS and confirmed that the issue affects only retirees who were hired pre-2004 and are in the legacy medical groups 001 and 002. The charges resulted from a 2010 contribution cap that appears to have been primarily intended for active employees, but CalPERS also applied to retirees. Employees hired after 2004 are on the city's retiree medical vesting schedule, so their benefits are determined by that schedule and would not be affected by this resolution. For privacy reasons, the staff report does not include participant-specific information, but for the council's information, the issue currently affects 9 legacy retirees or their surviving members, 7 retired before 2004, 2 retired after 2004, but were legacy employees hired before the 2004 vesting schedule was implemented. So the total participant share that city would be taking on in passing this resolution is $720 per month. The recommendation is to adopt resolution number 2026-63, which would restore full premium employer contributions for the retirees in these medical groups. There would be no change to employees under the 2004 vesting schedule and no change to medical groups 003 and 008, so no new fiscal impact.
All right, thank you for the presentation. Does council have any questions? Go ahead.
Is this basically to clean up the mess from a couple of years ago? When we
No.
made this health plan, this change?
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
This is actually unrelated to that. This is
Okay.
more of like a CalPERS requirement for how resolutions are formulated, and nothing to do with that at all.
Okay, and no financial impact?
No, because the pre-2004, the employees who were hired, the intention was always that they would receive full premium. The premiums have just risen above a cap that was instituted for active employees. So we're just going back and fixing that, but the intent is that they would always have full premium anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions from council? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any cards on this item?
No, ma'am, there are no speaker cards.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it back to council for discussion and action. Any discussion from council?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Please vote. The voting reflects mayor and council voting yes. Sorry about that. The vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to move on to item number 7, which is going to be city council and staff communication. Does city staff have anything to report? Amanda?
Hope to see everybody on July 3rd at Pikes Peak Park up at the Turf. We're going to have the Rotary Club there with 2 beer booths. We're going to have Lions Club. We're going to have food vendors. We're going to have a car show. We're going to have a band, Skinner Nation Band. It's going to be a fun time from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You have a couple council members that will be in a dunk tank. You will need a wristband to dunk the council members and some commission members. $10 pre-sale, $15 there. So buy them now. Thank you.
Any other city staff? Public safety? Everybody's good? Are any public safety members going in the dunk tank?
No, they didn't volunteer.
They didn't volunteer. We might be, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, city attorney? Acting city manager, anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
All right, Kevin?
I have something. It came to me, I wish this was my idea, but if you go down Arlington Avenue, you see there's a sign that has all of the service groups, and you sort of see it off the side of the road. And you'll see Rotary, and you'll see different things like that. And I'd like to agendize maybe looking at kind of sprucing those up, and it would have NHA, Horsemen's, Boy, whatever. So when you come into the town, you actually see the various service groups that are in the town. So I think that'd be a cool idea. I know we could do it off of past the Hannah Bridge. We can redo the one on Arlington. I'm not sure about 2nd Street, how we would do that, or Hidden Valley or Hamner. But I think it's a pretty cool idea, and I think it might be fun, and I'd just like to discuss it with council.
Okay.
So I'm making a motion to agendize it at some future date.
We're going to do an oral vote. Councilmember Newton?
Yes.
Councilmember Sullivan? Councilmember Bash?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bowen?
Yes.
Mayor Grunmeyer?
Yes. Anything else, Kevin? Are you good? Mayor
This
Pro
one's
Tem?
for Amanda. Do you have an ETA of when we're gonna be seeing something with NARC being put back in?
Yeah, we've been talking about getting the NART members together for a meeting. This month is a little busy for us, but we're probably looking at August for that.
I know
And
you guys have been really busy, so I've been
Yeah.
kind of laying off, but it's,
we can talk with the Animal Services team and look for a meeting in August to get members together to have a meeting for that. Yes.
thank you.
Councilmember Sullivan? Councilmember Newton?
Thank you. Sam, any follow-up with the parties regarding the Hella hydrant?
Yes. They want to discuss some additional things regarding Valley Drive and its ownership and trying to relieve that as part of this work.
This is going to be more complicated than we were anticipating.
Yes.
And when's your meeting set up with them?
I'm waiting an email that was promised to me last week.
Okay. Well, I just want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I know public safety, I hope you guys aren't busy at all, but I got a feeling you're going to be chasing your tail. But just be safe. I'm glad I am not the last person in the dunk tank. So, oh, you'll refill? Yeah. So,
All right.
everybody be safe. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. I do not have anything. I am going to turn it over to Councilmember Bash for recognition before we adjourn this meeting.
So we lost somebody in the last few days. Becky Mendoza worked for the city of Norco for 30 years, and her husband, Bobby Mendoza, passed away a few days ago. Bobby was a Vietnam veteran. He was an Agent Orange casualty, which means he will go on the Wall of Honor here in the city of Norco. But Bobby was just a wonderful person. I worked with him for 20 years. He was my sound guy for all of our Pearl Harbor days, our early Memorial Days, our early Veterans Days. He was the sound person when we opened the memorial on the 2014. He donated all of the sound equipment to the city of Norco. I don't know if we still use it or not, but it was really good stuff. And he was just a wonderful person, and I'm going to really miss him. He had a couple of heart attacks, and the last year or so he wasn't doing that well. Becky is devastated. They were married a long time. I don't know the date of the funeral, but they are going to have an American Legion gathering, and then he will be interred at the National Cemetery out in Riverside. So I'd like to have a moment of silence in honor of Bobby Mendoza.
We adjourn this meeting at 8:01 in honor of Bobby Mendoza.